For more than 3 weeks, hundreds of thousands of Iranians have taken to the streets to protest against the Iranian regime. Some hope this could lead to a change of leadership in the Islamic Republic of Iran. In more than 40 cities throughout Iran, its citizens are calling for regime change with cries like "Death to the dictator" and "Our enemy is not America." Thousands also blame the government after a building collapse in Tehran that killed dozens. It's become a symbol of the failure of the regime. And as it has in the past, the government has sent out its security forces to brutally suppress the protest.
We want, as you know, what's happening in Iran by the Islamic Republic of Iran, and 40 cities are people uprising, and then we want to just get their voices to the international communities because of the brutality and dictatorship inside the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Dr. Amir Hamidi came to Israel as part of the Shoshana mission to Israel, a goodwill delegation from Iranian organizations outside of Iran. They met with Israeli officials, Iranian expats, and came to tell the world what's happening to the Iranian people.
Lots of people uprising because of the mismanagement of the economy, and people are unemployed, people are not working. Food is so expensive, they cannot afford to even eat, and they cannot manage the country. And brutality is unbelievable, human rights are violated, lots of political prisoners, people get executed for no reason.
The slogans say it all. These slogans want to do away with the regime, with the Islamic Republic. They say our enemy is not the United States, our enemy is here in Iran. What they say is we don't want neither Gaza nor Lebanon, our life is for Iran. So it is about themselves and their hopes and aspirations.
These protests in 2022 followed demonstrations all the way back to the Green Revolution in 2009 calling for regime change. The question is, could these protests succeed when others have not? Is it realistic that the regime could be overthrown?
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Because you cannot force the people to live in past 43 years, and they cannot have any freedom of speech, freedom of work, freedom of clothing. It doesn't exist. And especially they arresting the dual citizens who travels to visit their families, and basically it is a mafia type organization.
Many say the Biden administration's response to the protests has been weak by continuing to negotiate with Iran about its nuclear program. This delegation came with a warning about the nuclear talks.
You cannot negotiate with the terrorists. This is the policy we do have, and stay away from negotiation, because negotiation is not going to solve any problem, because last agreement, they didn't obey the agreement. They continued building their ballistic missiles. I don't think it will be beneficial to the people of Iran, people of the region, and the people of the globe.
These Iranians applaud the Abraham Accords and hope to see what they call the Cyrus Accords. Those accords would be named after the ancient Persian king Cyrus, who blessed the Jewish people and allowed them to rebuild Jerusalem.
The Cyrus Accords embody the aspirations and the hopes of what Iranians want, and it is historical because of Cyrus. Human rights, it is something that basically at this time that you've got the Abraham Accords, the face of the Middle East is changing, and Iran has to be part of the new Middle East and its new future.